In this video, I'll reassemble a Mini-14 after it's been cleaned. This is a Series 184 Mini-14 that was manufactured in the mid-80s. And as I reassemble it, it's all clean. I'm going to grease it up a little bit, so if I take it shooting later, it's ready to go. So I'm just going to use some simple wheel bearing grease. I think it's suitable. So we'll get a little bit of grease on a Q-tip and start putting it where I think it needs to go. So I'm going to put a little bit here. A little bit on the inside here where the bolt rides. And I think that'll do it. Now we'll stick in the bolt. So to get the bolt in, it's a little tricky. If you look down here, you'll see this cutout in the frame, and that cutout matches up to this little tang here, the back of the firing pin on the bolt. So I'll usually hold it up so I can look down it fairly easily. Pull that little tang out so the firing pin is in its rearward position. And just slide it right in there. Piece of cake. Kind of wiggle the bolt around to get it so this tab slides in, and now we're good to go. Now we're going to put the operating rod on. So here's the operating rod, and I think I'll throw a little bit of grease in here for the bolt. So when the bolt unlocks and slides rearward, it moves inside there. And I'm going to put a little bit right here on this little nub, because that rides in this track here. And I'll put just a little tiny bit right there, because I know that rubs against the frame. And this little nub here that sticks out is going to go into that little slot right there. So we're going to pull the bolt out a little bit. Bolt in there, and then just bring it back to where it falls into that little slot. Now it's all back together, and all I have to do is put in the spring, put the spring back on this pin, slide the spring, and then I'm going to just kind of pinch it together and put it right in that little hole there. Now it is back together, and we're basically pretty much done. Now I can slide it back into the stock. It fits in there nice and snug. Now it's just a matter of taking the trigger group, which I've cleaned up, and before you replace a trigger group, it's good to, you may have released the hammer when you were cleaning it. It's good to just put the hammer in the back position. And I'm also going to put just a little bit of grease right here on the top of the hammer. Because I know that when the bolt comes to the rear, it automatically cocks the hammer by pushing it back on that little surface area there. So I'll put a little grease on that. Now it's just a matter of putting the trigger group back in, making sure it's all the way to the back. And once it's in, just pop it in there. And the last thing to do is to put on the hand grip. Slide it in there like that, and then pop it into place. Now that we have it all reassembled, let's make sure that I did it properly. The way I'll do that, lock back the bolt. Pushing on that little button right there to lock the bolt back. And then I will take a magazine that's got a snap cap in it, or a dummy round, whatever you have, and load that magazine till it clicks. Release the slide. And now when I pull it back, the round should eject. Actually, let me check. Safety's on, it doesn't fire. The safety's off, it does fire. So that looks good. And now we'll just pull the operating rod handle to the rear and make sure that that dummy round ejects. No problem. So we're done.